I know better. All of you critics be acting like you know better. Blowing the smoke, but I know when the dust settles. Said I'm in my element, it's evident that there's levels to the game. All of those dark nights I got there, breaking my back to make it out. Got me feeling like pain. I ain't never need your help. I know you wishing me well. A penny for your thoughts, but seeing no. For the sun like Diddy. The riches got a mad ass son. I'm like Billy.
I need all the wins, yeah. Ain't no L's, I gotta get a no call to quits, yeah. Gotta keep on moving no matter how hard it gets. It hard it hits, my head is as hard as a brick, but I'm harder than all it is. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out.
XL up in the pen, you can't shake that. All the way gassed up. Full tank, man, moving too quick. Cameras in the playback, dang. So tell me how you feel with it. You put a lid on it. Won't stop. Won't stop. Won't stop. Won't stop. You can try, but I won't stop. Won't stop. I can't be stopped now. I can't stop. I can't be stopped now. I can't stop. I can't be stopped now. I can't stop. You can try, but I won't stop. Won't stop. Lions, tigers, bears are my king of the jungle. I stand for the pride. Beat on my chest, that's the rhythm inside. I got so much heart, I'm burning with fire. Won't stop till I drop. Keep coming for the top. Simmer down, you too loud.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. Thank you for clicking on another video. We have here we finally have here the meat breakdown that I've been waiting on doing for like a month now. Yeah, I know, a little crazy, but you guys just kind of saw what happened in the meet during that little highlight, kind of highlighting all my past, all the work up to this first meet. But now I just kind of want to break down the individual lifts, as well as maybe talk about the plans for the future here. But let's just not mess around. Let's get right to it here. So we're starting off with squat number 1. This is my first squat in a meet ever. So in the weight for this guy is going to be 330 pounds, I think, is what it was officially. It's all in kilos, so it's going to have this be weird, not even pound numbers, but it's typically in kilos, probably not. All right. So attempt number 1, 330 pounds. Now, if you guys have seen my Instagram, seen my lifts throughout, you guys know. Pretty low number, pretty safe number, and that's kind of the plan. Start off my first ever lift pretty safe, just to make sure I hit that. It's a different environment. There's commands that I got to make sure I'm hitting that I really want to make sure I'm not missing, so you don't miss a lift because of a technicality. 330 pounds. Goal going into this meet was 1,000 pound total. That was pretty much my overarching goal, which my idea going into it was a 350-pound squat, 200-pound bench, 450-pound deadlift. That would get me that threshold. Then anything above that would be just a plus. But yeah, 330-pound squat for my first attempt here. So here we go. Solid on rack. Got the command down. All the way down, all the way back up. Wanted to make sure my depth was good, so I didn't miss it on that. And we didn't get on the recording, but I did get three white lights, meaning it was a good lift. Everything moved as it should have. So then we're ready for attempt number 2. Attempt number 2, I jumped up to 352.7 pounds, which was just to make sure I'm crossing that 350-pound mark. Let's see here. Should still be a very doable weight for me. Numbers I've hit before for sure. Here we go. Man, all the way down, all the way back up, moved really solid as well. I was very happy with that one, and we might have it on this one. Yep, you'll see right there, 3 white lights on that way. Solid lifts were 242 in my very first meet. Super cool. For attempt number 3, I jumped up to 385.8 pounds. So, you know, we crossed the 350. We hit what we wanted to hit. We did a little bigger jump. Still a weight I've hit before, but you know, felt like a solid jump for me. And you'll notice the first 2 move pretty quick, pretty easy. I don't think you'll see the same on this one. But on rack, still feeling strong, looking strong. All the way down, and you'll notice that struggle on the way up. There's definitely that little sticking point, but we made it all the way back up, and 3 white lights on that guy. So we went 3 for 3 on the squats, leaving with a 385.8 pound squat. So 85.8 pound total after my squats. So super cool. Squats moved amazing, just what I wanted. It started low, got up to 385, so not too upset with that. Then we move on to the bench, which, as you guys know, is not my favorite. My shoulders kind of messed up. My bench just doesn't move as my bench should. It's definitely a hold back. So funny story with my first attempt on the bench was 176.3 pounds, which is a very safe, very low number. And I actually, less than my last warm-up set was that day. So warming up for my, competition bench, actually hit heavier. I hit 185 pounds in my warm-ups. And my first attempt was 176, which is definitely not recommended. I don't know, I was probably too timid when I chose my first attempt, just because I wanted to make sure I hit it. Just, you never know with my bench, so, it started off pretty low. But yeah, so this is 176.3 pounds. As you recall, my goal is just going to be to hit 200 by attempt 3. We did our best with these angles, so some of the angles are a little rougher than others, but we made it work, right? 3 commands on the bench. There's the start, the press, and the rack, and it all moved well, as 176 pounds should. 3 white lights, solid, good lift there. We jumped up. I decided to make a pretty big jump to 203.9, just across the 200 mark, which is probably a bigger jump than I should have made, if we're being honest. It's a pretty big jump for bench, especially for my bench, which is not the strongest. But 203.9 here, 204 pounds, just to make. Go down, looking strong. A little struggle, a little sticking point there. We forced out of it. And on this guy, we actually went 2 whites, 1 red. So it's a good lift. My first red light of the day. It was a good lift, and then after exiting that one, I kind of knew I didn't have much more weight in me. So I made the minimum jump I could to 209.4 pounds. But if I'm being honest, I kind of knew going into it that I probably wasn't going to hit that weight. We still gave it our best shot, but after leaving that second attempt, I kind of knew there was no more in bench gas tank for me. So we went for it anyways, minimum jump. Hang a little bit, boom. Get down to our chest, we start pressing, but we just get stuck and we cannot make it. So yeah, first failed lift of the day. Obviously a missed lift there. So we're at 5 for 6 on lifts, leaving with 385.8 pound squat and a 203.9 pound bench. So we're in very solid standing going into the deadlifts. My starting deadlift weight is 430 pounds. 430 pound first attempt, numbers I've hit before for sure. You'll see here, 430 pounds just kind of flies, right? Nice and easy. 3 white lights, good lift there. Starting the deadlifts out strong, so super pumped there. For my second attempt deadlift, I decided to jump up to 457.4 pounds. Kind of crossed that 450 mark, which is the mark I wanted to hit on those deadlifts. And you'll see that here, 457.4 pounds. So we're covering the bases, covering at least the minimums I wanted to hit. This is just kind of guaranteeing that I crossed the 1,000-pound mark. Was my #1 goal going into today. Oh, moved really solid. I got 3 white lights on this guy as well. Yeah, felt good leaving attempt 2. A pretty face. So for attempt number 3 on the deadlift, I kind of having a good meet. I was, what was that? 6 for 7 so far. 1 lift to go. I decided, let's just go for it all. And let's go for a PR. So I decided to add a lot of weight. So from 457, I jumped up to 501.5 pounds, which would be an all-time PR on deadlifts. I decided, it's been a good meet. Let's go for it all. Let's try to end this on as high note as possible. So, I made a very big attempt jump. Sorry, that's a lot on this one. So 501.5 pounds for an all-time PR, making sure I crossed that 500-pound mark, which Chewy told me I had to. So here it is, 501.5. A lot of struggle, but we made it all the way up, and judges called it a good lift. So all-time PR to end off my very first meet. I couldn't ask for anything else. It was awesome. Great ending to a very solid day. Definitely enjoyed my first powerlifting meet experience, and I'm definitely going to be doing that again. As we sit right now, plan is hopefully around August to have my second meet. Meet number 1 was kind of just an untested meet, establishing a baseline. Now from now on, I'll be doing probably tested meets from now on, and hopefully we can get some placements in there, right? Getting that baseline was cool, but now we want some wins under our belt. Now we want some medals. So that's gonna be the plan going forward. Like I said, hopefully August, but I'll update more of that as more information comes. Make sure you follow on that Instagram to keep up to date with that information and just kind of see where my lifts are right now. Working with some volume, no fun heavy singles now if you're not seeing any PRs, but you're seeing some volume and seeing kind of what it takes to build a lot of these big lifts. So a lot of focus on the deadlifts this volume block, or sorry, a lot of focus on the bench press. Deadlift's moving good. Bench press needs a lot of focus to bring that total up. It's definitely the big detriment there. Yeah, hopefully August we can hit some big weights. Hopefully we can get some placement in there, and we'll date as information comes. So thank you so much for watching this video. Please leave a like, tell me what you think, and make sure you follow that Instagram for all the fun lists. All right, have a good one, guys.